Ah, I realize you guys can't hear me. Now you can hear me, right? I was just talking to myself the whole time. Okay, so long story short, I wasn't in a lot of battles tonight. I have a lot of the replays. I'm gonna go through the replays because I wasn't in a lot of battles. So, um, here we go. This is the first battle, so you can't actually really see that well. Let me just make it a bit easier to see. I don't know, is that even better? Um, make this map a bit bigger. So this is the first battle of the night. If you see there down the bottom of the screen, Cochrane, Ontario, this is the encounter with PLSGO. At the same time this is going on, we had the encounter with PLSGO on Thunder Bay going on at the same time. So I mean, should I be covering up the map? I don't really care. Obviously, we're putting a lot of our tanks on the position of the 9-0. One of their bad jets makes a fairly aggressive run, which, as you can see, is right. Actually, this tank right here is me. If you can see, that's me right there. So we get the bad chat early. They basically have given up 890, if not more than that. So we're just basically positioning to set up on this line and push aggressively. We also have a bad chat on the other side that's giving us a lot of intel on this side about how far they're pushing up. We don't want him to overextend too much, just because if he does, he can get fairly isolated and pushed on pretty quickly with no support.
Board members, 10% experience now available.
There's
for
Inch.
all battles, 10%.
Okay,
Stop
talking. No, stop it. We don't have a lot of intel on the middle road, so that's why we try and fan out a few of our guys here back a little bit in case they were thinking of doing something, like a fast cap through the middle. We're swinging our mediums down south to see if we can get any shots on any other heavies that may have been staggering down in the J line here, or JH. So we're kind of just positioning, trying to feel out where they are. This is kind of where we make a little bit of a mistake. You know, although their heavies are down there, if you look at it, these aren't really fantastic shots for mediums at this range, especially against IS-7s if they get a little bit more hull down. So, yes, we're kind of trading with them a little bit, but if you look at where our heavies are, they're taking a lot of damage out in the field here, and they start pushing across when really we didn't need to push this at all. Like, we're already on their cap. We already have our cap isolated. We don't really need to push this, but that's what we start doing here, and we start losing tanks, whereas our mediums are all still sniping from the back, and we can see they're starting to do a medium push in the north. So at this point, you know, I think retrospectively we probably should have pushed our mediums back up here, consolidated our forces with our 50Bs or E5 Batchat, and pushed through this. Especially, you know, now when we see those 50Bs out there, those are tanks we want to eliminate, and they have a huge overmatch in the north. Yet we're still continuing to push heavies into more or less hull down heavies over here. But I mean at this point we have a fairly clear advantage in the game. You know, we have positionally of the map, we have more than 50% of the map. We know where most of their tanks, if not all of them, are at right now. But we're starting to lose it in the north. You know, like I said, we haven't moved. Our mediums were so stagnant at the back down there, really being ineffective, when theirs were pushing up this way. So we lost a 50B, we're going to lose another 50B, we're going to lose an E5, we'll probably lose the bat chat, and our mediums are still out of position to help. So there was kind of a call here where they wanted our mediums here to consolidate on these guys down here and start killing them, but then he asked for the two of us to go back up and help with these guys. So these two mediums are going back to actually help with this, but I mean, if you look at the tank composition over there, it's 314 or 4140 is a 50B. You know, admittedly they are lower versus an E5. And if you look at this, see that's me in that 140 right in front. And then if you watch this, I get hit once. Watch it again. I get hit again. Then I catch on fire. I don't have a fire extinguisher, cause yeah. And then they're already ammo racks me. So sweet. But you know, like I felt like our mediums were really passive in that position back there when we knew full well that their mediums were coming up north, and that cost us a lot of tanks. And I think we could have been a little bit more effective at managing our tanks and maybe not have lost as many. But you know, it is what it is, and we still ended up winning the game. But oh. Don't you just hate when that 50B comes around the corner? You're like, shit. Garlic? Yeah. So yeah, this is the, if you look at the bottom of the screen there, I've listed all the battles that we had. So this was Cochrane, Ontario, the encounter, PLSGO versus